What's going on, y'all? You are listening to the Savon Experience podcast. Oh, have I got something for you this week? We are now on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and Radio Public. We were already on Pandora and Spotify, as well as Breaker and Google Podcasts. I mean, girl, so we just growing.
Girl, you been busy this week. You been doing your thing, girl. So yeah, I was out there and I saw that we were on these additional podcasts, and I was like, okay, boo, she's out there flexing. Girl, let's get these views. That's what we need to do. So if y'all are enjoying this podcast, make sure to share it with your friends. Let them know these two crazy folks is on here just talking and they want to listen to something throughout the day. Just tune in. So share this shit. Back to you, Savon.
Well, that was professional. But anyway, let's get into it. Welcome to the Savon Experience Podcast, episode 3. We are back. We are back. We are back like black. Ooh, I got me something to drink. Just, I wanted something carbonated tonight. So I've got me a cherry cola. No water, no Crystal Light, just cherry cola. Girl, I've been struggling this last week or so with these headaches. And it's just like the pressure in my head, girl, just been hurting. And I don't know what's really going on, girl, but it's just been painful.
Well, it's probably that big ass head of yours. Have you thought about your head? It's pretty big, girl. So it just, you just need to give it some more space. Because you got the big head and it's literally hurting because you have a big head. Girl, it's only been 3 episodes and you got a big head already? Like, that's why you got a headache. Because you got a big head. Period. Pooh.
That's not it. But anyway, girl. So this week, I want to go deeper. Deeper.
Ooh, deeper. It is called a closer look. The Savon experience. How deep you going, girl? Deep or just deep?
I'm just thinking a little bit deeper. So last week we talked about my first girlfriend and my first experience. So I think I want to transition on over to the first experience with a guy. What do you think?
Oh, we about to fly overseas, bitch. Oh, y'all better get ready. Because one thing about this heifer is that she likes storing. And not just the cars. She likes for other things to ride that's foreign as well. Dinglings and things.
Shaquansha, that's a bit much, girl. But you know me, girl. You know what I like, bitch. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So let me just, show where should I pick up, girl? Like, where should I start?
So the last time you were talking about the connections and you were talking about your girlfriend and you were talking about how y'all broke up and she didn't want to talk to you no more. So if y'all missed that episode, go back and check a closer look episode 2. Get all the details so that you can come through and understand this episode 3.
Correct. Absolutely correct. So I'm going to get into it. So transitioning, moving forward from the connections, me and friends started venturing out. I had been dropped. I had been, I'm gonna say, dropped, kicked emotionally. She dropped my ass. You weren't talking to me no goddamn mo. So now she just like, okay, I'm more so like, okay, it is what it is. This ain't nothing new to me. People come in, they leave. Girl, I don't get used to folks staying. So it is what it is. I'm just gonna keep pressing forward. And that's what we did. So, fulfilling my life, I started doing little performances here and there. So, I was doing more of the drag circuit. And we were going to these different clubs like the Hideaway, but we called it the Hatter Pussy. We would go to, there was a club here called Tracks that was off of West End and Connections, obviously. And then there was another club that we would go to that was called, wait, I'm not going to even say it was a club. It was the Jungle Restaurant and Lounge.
I never really understood why they called that the Jungle Restaurant and Lounge. They could have left the whole restaurant and lounge out and just called that nasty place the Jungle. It was really cute. That's kind of where we met. We met at the Jungle. And you came in there with your little friends, and y'all thought y'all owned the goddamn club. Y'all thought y'all was new faces, and y'all was just gonna come in there cream de la creme, grand de la grand.
No, that's actually what you thought. We didn't think that, hell, we was just trying to see what was going on. We had heard about the place. We walked in and we were very underwhelmed. I mean, going to Connections and seeing everything that Connections offered. I mean, Connections was like, how can I explain Connections? Connections was like, if you watch that show, what was it, Queer as Folk, and it had all of the hype, the big clubs there. That was Connection, and Connection gave you, like I said, different. They gave you the dance bar where they did more techno. They had the country bar, which is, we're in Tennessee, so you had the country and western for the country and western gays, and then you had the actual theater that had the performances from the drag queens, female impersonators, trans women and men, etc. So they gave you a little bit of everything, and then throughout the week they would have different things. So Friday night was just like, regular. It wasn't really banging or the biggest night. Saturday it was like packed, just shoulder to shoulder. Sunday they gave you more. That's when they had more of their shows in the country. No. Yeah, I want to say they had shows in the country bar then, and then Thursday nights they had an amateur night for the drag queens, girls, or the drag kings. Girl, that was always something. And then it just kind of started over. Wednesdays we went to this bar called, what was it called? Um, The World's End, and Anthony ended up working there being a bartender. So then it was like every Wednesday when I get done working, getting done with school when I was in school, hair when I was doing hair, bitch, I was at the World's End, and everybody was at the World's End. It was like the spot to be to on a Wednesday night, or to be at on a Wednesday night.
Oh my God, I remember the World's End. That was my place. All of the memories that we had there, girl. Anthony, oh my God, John Sadie. And just Randall. Oh my God, bitch, we got our life there. We really did. We were older though then, but we want to go back. We're not trying to be at the jungle yet. We're trying to be at your younger years, your more impressionable years. When you got kicked to the curb by old girl, you got thrown off the coochie squad, so you jumped on to the ding-a-ling squad, and then you decided to go forward. Continue.
Okay, that was a segue. Yes, God. Come on, segue, bitch. You're learning. Kudos. So yeah. Um, the first guy. Let's see. So anyway, let me just I'm not gonna walk into that just yet. But so the Jungle Restaurant and Lounge. I too wondered why they called it restaurant and lounge. It was more like bar that served food, and whoever ate that damn food, girl, to God be the glory, because honey, he blessed you if you didn't die, because baby, that place wasn't the cleanest place. Like, everything was going on. They had two different restrooms, and trust me, everything was going on. If that restroom door was locked, bitch, you better not, don't come knocking, because bitch, they in there knocking booths, doing a bump, doing whatever that they do, bitch, but they was up to some no good. And so we would go there, and we end up loving the Jungle Restaurant and Lounge, because it was a place where just your regular, schmegular, down to earth people would come to and just be. There was no one walking in there trying to be, uppity or trying to be snooty or, you know how the girls do, the gays, the girls and the guys. This is also the place they will come to after the club closed and they will being extra picky with the trade or with the boys, acting like, oh no, I don't want him. Well, I don't want her. She this, she that. But then, bitch, when last call happens, everybody's running like roaches when the lights be turned on, trying to find somebody to hook up with. Bitch, you've been selective all this goddamn night. So you end up, it'll be so funny because some of the same people will end up at the Jungle Restaurant and Lounge.
And at that point, bitch, they would come over there, girl. And then it's like it changed, like the side switch. So those that was being looked over at the connection was now the ones looking over the hoes who was out there desperately seeking a hookup, girl. Desperately seeking because they were so picky that now they just going for whatever. When in reality, bitch, you could have went with whatever to begin with. Like a lot of people was being real selective because they didn't want other people to know who they were into, girl. I think that's really why we just kind of like stopped going to the connection so much because it was beginning to be a little too cliquish and too bougie, and we started going to the jungle. We're not gonna call that bitch a restaurant and lounge, bitch, but the jungle plantation.
Not the plantation, girl. But yeah, so that's the place that you would go to when you fresh out of jail or you passing through town and you traveling via the bus, Greyhound, etc. Greyhound was a few streets up, so if you had a layover, if they do they call those layovers if it's the bus? Like I don't know if they call that the layover or not. But anyway, the layover, they would come down there and grab them a drink if they stand at one of the hotels downtown, because then it wasn't real pricey to stay down there. They would come and get them a drink if they looking for where the girls and the guys and the in between come hang out. If you was homeless and you just wanted to come in where it was warm, you would come and sit at the table because everybody was welcome there. And I don't know, is homeless or without housing? I think that is the more correct word. If you were without housing, you could come in and chit chat and everybody. It was like a very down to earth, unbougie, unghetto cheers, a gay cheers.
Yeah, I gave cheers. And bitch, you was Norm. When you came in, Norm!
We wasn't there that often, girl. No, there was somebody else there was Norm. And she was always there. And we ended up becoming real friends. You remember Monet, girl? Monet, darling.
I do remember her. She was so cool. I loved her. You remember her friend who used to hang around her all the time? What was her name? Miss Woods.
We're not doing that. We are not doing that. We are not doing that. Why would you bring her up?
Because I wanted to link her to the story. I mean, you are about to talk about your first foreign vehicle or that you rode, right?
Oh, that's right. Bitch. Oh.
Get into it.
So, oh, you so goddamn trifling. I love this podcast, bitch. This is the best. Anyway, girl, so yeah. So we would go there to hang out, and like I said, everybody would be there, including those with or without a green card. And this is what we call the Foreign Underground Railroad.
The Underground Railroad. The foreign. Bitch, Habibi.
Habibi. So I don't know what happened, but whatever was going on in the Middle East, and the president went and had gotten a lot of people, from the Middle East, brought them to the USA, was trying to make a better life for them. I think they were at the time they were called what did we call them? They were like anyway, girl, we're just gonna move forward because I ain't trying to say nothing politically incorrect and get fucked up, girl. But anyway, so they all came over looking for a new life, and a lot of the dudes came over, and either their wives, children, families were still overseas. So they come to the US, everything is different, everything is new, everything is just open. So we just started seeing like a slew of Middle Eastern men, not even like the Latins or the Spanish, but more so Middle Eastern men coming to what we then started calling it, bitch. What did we call it, girl?
Yes, the Cha Cha Palace. Did you go into the Cha Cha Palace? Oh my God. Yes, yes, yes.
Yep, the Cha Cha Palace. So, bitch, we we became regulars. So we were there and at the World's End more so than anywhere, and it was just always nice. And so we started going, and the trade there. Oh my God! Like if you went to the World's, no, excuse me, the World's End was. You could pick up trade there too, but if you went to the Jungle Restaurant and Lounge, and bitch, and you didn't have opportunity to get trade, whether they was wanting to purchase you or you purchase them, bitch, you had a rough night. I mean, and a rough night because after the jungle closed, bitch, that was the
Bookstore. Oh my God. What was it called? The world's largest bookstore. Ah, I think it's like called Miranda's now. But I think it was just called the world's largest adult bookstore. What was the name? What's the name, girl?
girl. I don't remember. Ooh, that's a whole nother story. We'll talk about. Oh, now that's an in-depth look. I don't know if that's a closer look, but that's an in-depth look.
Mm-hmm. Because bitch, when you got thrown into that damn boot.
Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. Hold up. I decide what I want to talk about. You know what? Why don't we talk about some of the shit you did?
No, this is called the Savon Experience, a closer look. You're not gonna put that shit on me. I done told you last week. This is your book. This is your nasties, not mine.
Well, I'm glad you remember that because you was about to go down memories lane in the area that I didn't authorize you to go down. And you know, if you do that, girl, I'm gonna throw your net. Yep, I'm gonna throw it out there. So tread lightly, not too shady, because I can meet you with that shade.
Girl, nothing I did was equally as nasty as what you did.
Nasty, open, whatever. But anyway, come back to the story. Come out of left field, girl. Come on back over here and sit down next to me. Sit on down. So, yeah, anyway, we started seeing an increase of our foreign friends coming into the Cha Cha Palace. And it was different because I was like, oh, bitch, I was intrigued. And girl, you know, I very much into the like Magnum PI, you know what I'm saying? Night Rider 70s. We called it porn stash. So bitch, if you had one of them big old 70s mustaches, bitch, I was on you like white on rice. Yes, ma'am. I was on you. I was intrigued. If you was hairy, bitch, I was intrigued. What they call them if you were a bear, I wanted to bear witness. Okay? There was nothing keeping me from you. However, the difference between me is that my thirst never came off as thirsty.
I will give you that, girl. I will give you that. Because some of the trade that you would pull off with, I was like, bitch, she's sitting over there acting like Anne of Green Gables over there in the corner. Bitch, acting all shy and church-like. And these niggas is just coming all up on you. Whether they foreign or whatever the case may be, they all up on you.
Girl, you got to keep your cool. A lot of these girls get too thirsty and they get too forward. And if you and I what I noticed during that time when a lot of the girls was doing that, like they thought because bitch I was a big girl that I was going to instantly be looked over, and that wasn't the case. It wasn't. It ain't. And so they will automatically think that I was going to be eliminated or automatically, I won't say eliminated like it was a contest, but I was going to be automatically ignored and looked over. When honestly, the girls that was like in everybody's face, if you sat there and if you came there any, regular amount of time, you would see these same girls jumping on every new piece of meats. I mean, every time.
Yep, they sure would. It was like, damn, bitch, horses and hay. Every time some new hay came down, bitch, you eating. You eating. Like, can other hoes eat, girl? Can some of these starving horses out here eat, girl? But that shit was funny because we would just sit back and judge them silently. And, yeah, silently.
Girl, and sometimes not silently. Because, bitch, like you said, we were young, girl. So during that time, we were the younger folk that was up in there. So we thought our shit didn't stink. We wasn't arrogant or anything like that. We was very down to earth. But, bitch, we were young. So it was like, girl, it is what it is. It's giving what it gives.
Bitch, you remember that time you showed up in them goddamn ugly ass orange ass shorts? Oh, girl, I was like, you want to ride him like a rodeo. Ride him. And that's before the song came out, bitch. I was like, why is she out here in her drawers?
And you remember that time I got locked out of my car. My mama had to come down there and unlock the car because the car was running and we wasn't supposed to be down there.
Oh, Miss O was gonna beat your ass. I remember she got there and she said, I ought to leave you and your little friends. What the hell y'all got on out here in the cold?
I mean, girl, it's just the shit for me that I would get into regularly.
Regularly. And you always drug us into it.
Oh, I wasn't the only one dragging, bitch. Some of that shit y'all drug me into. Don't make me seem like I'm the one, girl. Because you know what they say.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Period. So, anyway, so I remember the first little guy that came through. His name was Romney. Rami.
Oh, yes. Rami was the younger. Oh, he was nice, girl. I remember how everybody was all up on him. And he was the one that was doing the Thursday night amateur stripper night at the Music City.
It was damn it. Was it Music Factory or something factory? It was a huge warehouse type 3-level club for the straights for the most part. And on Thursday nights, they would have amateur strippers, and Rami was there stripping, bitch. And like I said, when everybody wanted to get away from all that other shit and come over there where the normal folks or the down to earth folks come to, they will come over there to the world. I mean, not the world's, but to the Jungle Restaurant and Lounge, the Cha Cha Palace. And so he would come over there, bitch. And I remember when he first came in, everybody was just like, oh. Who is that? And he was with like a flock of other, Egyptian, Syrian, Arabic flavors, honey. The Baskin Robbins, the flavors, girl. And he was in there and everybody was just like, oh, he is this, he is that. And I'm like, yeah, he nice. He nice. And he was flirting with everybody, girl. And you know how everybody was all in his face, girl. But I was just like, it's cute. It's whatever. But I honed in on the big, hairy, thick porn stash.
Oh, yeah. You talking about. What your mama call him? She called him Flea Bit.
She did. She called him Flea Bit. And we'll have to talk about how he got that name.
And how you got fleas.
You're telling too much again. You're talking too much again. Like it's almost like you don't learn. You got fleas too. And should I say who you got fleas from, bitch? You had to walk around with a flea collar.
Okay, girl, I won't do it. Let's not. Okay, I'm gonna play fair.
I appreciate it, girl, because bitch, even swap is no
Swindle. So anyway, go on. Talk about what was his real name? It wasn't Fleet, but what was his name? Girl, what was his name?
Girl, you want me to go all the way back there? We talking like 20 plus years ago. Rhoda. His name was Rhoda.
That's right, bitch. Rhoda. Because Anthony used to call him Road Dog, and so did Trees. Yes, Rhoda.
Yep. And so, like I said, y'all, they would come over here, and then once they get over here, it was like a new life for them. It's like everything that they had been hiding back home or that they couldn't publicly come out and either express when they came on United soil, it was almost like, bitch, they got their freedom papers. It was almost like, bitch, we out of town and we in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
And bitch, when them motherfuckers came, they came with it all. Girl, they were like fucking rabbits, literally on everything.
Yeah, it was like everybody could get them. So if you got one of them, it wasn't shit to brag about because them hoes was fucking literally
Everybody. Literally, girl. And you were one of the everybody, right?
mm-mm. No, because a lot of people wasn't really seeing it for Rhoda because Rhoda was an older guy. I mean, he was older. They wanted everybody else pretty much wanted the younger, the more Fabio, the more fit. And Rhoda wasn't necessarily fat. He was just stocky. I like a little bit of everything. I'm very diverse, girl. You never know. You might right here being picky and you might fuck up and miss your blessing. Ain't that what they said, girl? So I was very into him and he was very, very into me.
And others.
Yep. And others. Eventually, that's what I learned. But at that time, bitch, me being freshly dumped by what was her? What name did we give her last week?
Laura Ingalls.
Yeah. Me being freshly dumped by Laura Ingalls. Yeah, Rhoda came through and gave me my life. And so we started hanging out and he just act like he just act like he was so into me. One thing that I would say about the Arabic men during that time is they would make you feel special. They would make you feel like you are the onlyest one. And it's different. When the foreign men would pursue you, it's different from the way more of our domestic brethren, more of the natives here, they didn't really pursue you the same way. Even if everybody knew they had options, it was just like the Arabic men to me made me feel like I was the only one that they wanted. They didn't have eyes for anybody else. I was so important. They knew the right thing to say. And all of their music was about love and all of that everything. And they just and one thing they also didn't mind doing, baby, they ain't mind spending no money and they ain't mind paying no bills.
Or spreading fleas.
Okay. You feel some kind of way about that still. You sure you don't want to tell us about your story?
I'm positive. I don't want to tell them shit. We're going to let you tell your stories and let you get embarrassed.
Oh, I ain't embarrassed about shit. I did what I did and I experienced what I experienced, and that's it. And a whole to act like they ain't never experienced some shit, bitch, they the first one to probably experience the most. So I own my truth. And so me being young, and when I told you guys on the last show that the first boyfriend that I had, or the first sexual experience that I had with a guy was when I was 21. That's accurate. 21 and with Rhoda. Girl. I finally let somebody get the cakes, bitch, and it was Rhoda. And he was rough. That's one thing that I didn't really like. He was rough.
I mean, it was on a picnic table in the park. So, I mean.
There you go. Didn't nobody tell you to say, well, bitch, I just said he was rough. Get into my details. Damn. Girl, don't act like you weren't behind the building in that car. Right. Right. I told you. You tell my nasties, I tell yours. So anyway, so the first time that me and Rhoda did something, we was at the club and we was chilling and we was doing our thing. Just, I'm acting like wifey, bitch. I don't know. There's something about being young and dumb. I was young and dumb, acting like wifey, bitch. You couldn't tell me shit, bitch. Honey, I was Mrs. Rhoda. Oh, wait. Mrs. Rhoda, bitch. Okay. His name was Rhoda Al Ramahi. Bitch, I was Mrs. Al Ramahi. You could tell me shit. And we escaped, honey, from the jungle into the wilderness. And we had an excursion and an explosion, darling. Yes. And that shit hurt. It wasn't fun for me. I wanted that shit to be over with. And I was like, I don't know what you used to, where you from. And I get that you may not get, this type of person and experience back where you at. And you may be used to satisfying yourself and just yourself, but it is so not about you. Okay, in the United States, we are very much in tune. Well, for the most part, let me not say that because I don't want to make such a general statement.
Right, girl. Don't make such a general statement because some hoes out there, girl, they don't care nothing about them getting theirs. They want their booze to get theirs and they'll just suffer in silence.
I'm not suffering in silence. So that first time after I felt like I was attacked by a goddamn barracuda bear, bitch. I don't know if that exists, but I felt like I was attacked by that motherfucker. And I was like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. This is not for me, girl. This didn't feel the way I envisioned it would feel. And he was rough. And I was like, what is with that old jackrabbit ass thrust? Girl, I read his old ass. I read him for filth, girl. And he said that shocked, stunned, and surprised.
I knew something happened because when he came back, he looked checked. When y'all came back from y'all excursion into the wilderness, he looked like he had been reprimanded because, bitch, you wasn't feeling it. He kept buying you drinks. He kept trying to, oh, I'm so sorry, and console you and a hug up on you. And, bitch, you was just like, the fuck? Move the fuck up. I was almost like, bitch, do we can fight him? Because, bitch, you came back like you had been attacked.
Bitch, I felt attacked. Girl, that shit wasn't romantical. I was like, the fuck am I doing? How did I get here? Like, how did I, as a Christian woman, get here, dear Jesus, to running out of the jungle into the wilderness, being attacked by lion, tigers, and bears? And I asked for it, bitch. I didn't want to be Mrs. Al Ramahi any goddamn more, bitch. I wanted a goddamn instant annulment / divorce.
Girl, I think you didn't talk to him for a while. It was just like he was blowing your phone up. If you wasn't at the club and we was there, he was like, where is she? Where is she?
Is that how he talk, bitch?
Yes, where is she?
You know, you.
Bitch, he would get mad. Remember that time he got mad at me, bitch, and he walked in there, bitch, and he was like, you.
Bitch, you called me and told me that motherfucker was down at the bar and he had just come out of that infamous, they had those, I just told y'all about the restrooms. And that they had two restrooms that in the facility because it wasn't small. And I mean, it wasn't too big. And then if a door was locked, bitch, you knew they was getting it in there, bitch. And you called me.
I called you and I told you, I said, bitch, I just walked up in here, me and Anthony, bitch, and I just saw your boo go in the motherfucking restroom with, oh girl, I don't remember her name because she wasn't too striking. She was in the restroom with old girl, bitch, and that door was like, because I wouldn't open up that goddamn door, at least I tried to, and he didn't open up that goddamn door, and he didn't see me come, bitch.
Girl, I remember that night because Treese, this is when I still live with mom, and Treese was over to the house, and Treese was upstairs with me. And mom was like, listen, it's raining out there. Y'all don't need to be out. Y'all need to stay in the house. And I was like, okay, we gonna stay in. Bitch, I got that call from you. Oh my God. I saw red because after the incident, I wasn't letting him touch me. I wasn't doing nothing. But he kept calling and begging, oh my God, baby, I love you. I want to be with you. Like, I'm so sorry. I'll be more gentle. I'll be more considerate. Because, bitch, I wasn't having it. And I was like, okay, okay, okay. And I knew like that weekend, like, bitch, I'm just gonna chill out. But this weekend, I'm gonna go see him and we gonna get back together and it's gonna be cool. And we gonna try this again and we gonna see. Cause then I was like, okay, girl, I need to understand what I need. Like, bitch, we didn't even have lube the first time. So, bitch, I just felt like it was two dry scratch pads scratching. Like, bitch, are you trying to start a fire back there, girl? My Bucci is not made for that. Girl, what are you, a Boy Scout? Are you trying to rub sticks? What's happening?
Bitch, you said rub sticks. I literally hate you. I literally hate you. Bitch, you know how them hoes was. You had to teach them because they was too busy sneaking to do shit and probably spitting to get it wet. And you know, he was just into it.
Bitch, y'all don't spit on me. I wasn't with that. I wasn't with that. Do not spit on me, bitch. Do not. There are some girls that are into that, and that's cute for them. But I am a lady. You will not spit anywhere on my body to do anything, bitch. I will punch you. So anyway, you called me, bitch, and you told me that's what's happening, bitch. Me and Treese jumped in that goddamn car, girl. It was raining. We was in the green bandit, bitch. We was in the green grand dam, girl. We got in her, and I remember flying down Ellington Parkway, headed downtown, bitch. And oh my God, I did. Mm. So y'all, listen. So this is a moment. This was a teachable moment. So we left out the house. We snuck out the house. My mama already said, "Don't you take your ass outside. Don't you go nowhere in the damn car. Y'all too busy in these streets, bitch." And she didn't say bitch, but and we could come and go as we please, but it was still like, okay, enough is enough. Like, stay in the house. My spirit just didn't feel like you guys need to be out. And boy, was she right. This is when y'all don't listen to y'all parents and your parents is trying to tell you something and you don't listen to them. This is when God beat up on that ass and tell you, listen with your hard-headed, nasty ass. So I get in the car. Well, me and Treese get in the car and we sneak out, girl. We ain't turn the car. I mean, we turned the car on. The car wasn't loud, but we ain't turned the music on and we just coasted out, left the lights off. And then we got off the street, girl, and we got on the interstate, bitch, and I hightailed it. And it was raining. Bitch, we was on the interstate. I hit a wet puddle, bitch, and the car started spinning. Bitch, we hydroplaned and we spun, and I just sat there in that moment. And when we started spinning, I was like, oh my God, we gonna die. We gonna die. We gonna die. Lord Jesus, we gonna die. It happened so quickly. And let me just tell y'all the way that the interstate is set up, though. So the interstate is set up where it's two lanes going one direction, going towards town. There is this median in the middle with a grass and just all that. It's not like a wall or anything there. It's just grass. And so on the other side of the interstate, all of the traffic is going the opposite way, normal interstate. But this one was one that was close to getting off of the interstate, closer downtown. So we hydroplaned and the car just kept twirling and twirling and twirling. When we stopped, this is how I know, look, this is how I know there's a God. Girl, when we stopped, and I finally opened up my eyes. This is another thing, y'all. Y'all don't get in the car with everybody because not everybody know how to fucking drive. I swore that I knew how to drive, but when that incident hit, my eyes flashed before my fucking eyes, girl. I was scared as shit. I knew we was gonna die. I knew we was gonna die. By the time the car stopped, and I opened my eyes, y'all, we was in the other lane on the other side of the interstate going in facing the right direction, but we was right next to a rail. We didn't hit the rail. The car stopped. Didn't nobody stop and help us because hardly it wasn't nobody fucking out there. Thank God for that, or we would have hit somebody's car. Nobody was really out there. Bitch, we stopped. And we looked at each other, bitch, and we just was like, oh, girl. My mirror was broke. The driver's side mirror, bitch. It was broke. I got out the car and I was like, okay, bitch, let me look and see. There was really no damage to the car. Like, there was no damage to the car at all, but my tires were flat. Because how we spun around and hit, I had a tire going. Well, it wasn't flat, it was going down and you can hear the air. So, bitch, I'm calling Rhoda at this point because, bitch, I'm pissed. And, bitch, I was trying to call everybody. I think I called you.
Yeah, bitch, you called me. You called me, and I was like, girl, what? And that's because you called me and you told me you was trying to get in contact with Rhoda. And since he was there, I tapped him on his shoulder. I was like, your girl got in an accident. She needs you. First of all, his eyes was big because he still hadn't seen me in the club. Because when he came out that bathroom with old ugly, bitch, me and Anthony was on the other side in the corner, so he still didn't see us. And he was buying drinks and smiling and shit. And bitch, I was like, well, girl, I'm petty ass. Me and Anthony could have left and come and help you, but you specifically.
Yep, you specifically. Oh, girl, Jesus. I specifically stated, no, let that bitch come get me. Because one, my petty was still turned on. Even though I had this life-threatening moment, bitch, well, I thought I was going to die. Once I realized I was alive and that my tire was just flat, I panicked because mama's going to beat the fuck out of me. My mirror's fucked up and my tire's going down. And I don't know where the hubcaps are. Okay, girl? So she going to know something happened. But then I was like, I'm stuck here and I can't call her to come and help me. And I can't call AAA because AAA is on her account and they gonna call and verify. And I was like, bitch, what am I gonna do? So my petty was still clocked in. It was still clocked in, bitch. I was going into overtime. So I was like, Shaquansha, tell that bitch that I was in a wreck and I need him. Don't even explain nothing else, bitch. And you did the deed.
Yep. I walked my little happy ass over there, tapped him on his shoulder, was like, hey! Oh my God! So listen. Your girl just got in an accident and she on Ellington Parkway and we need to go get her. And so him and Soren, the Pink Panther.
That was your boo, the Pink Panther.
Bitch, what you not gonna do? It wasn't. Bitch, that was your other friend's boo. And we, nope. Because you remember they got in a fight over her. That was your friend's boo. That wasn't me.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I think the other roommate was you.
Hush your mouth.
Anyway, so yeah, so thank you for that, friend. I appreciate you for being there for me. But so then y'all showed up, and I ain't said shit about old girl because I needed help. So he helped get the tire aired up for a little bit, and then we got over to the house, and the tire went back down again. So I don't know what little tire shop they went and got a tire, but they took the tire off the car, both tires. It was two tires was going out. They took the tires off the car. They went and got it repaired and came back. And he was like, oh my God, what was you doing? What was going on?
And bitch, after you so goddamn petty. You walked outside. You made sure your shit was taken care of. Now your mirror was still broke, but you made sure your wheels was good. Everything was taken care of, bitch. And then you lit into his ass.
Yep, I sure did. And bitch, you was sitting there like, period.
Boom, bitch, period. Yes, you brought me over here to my girl, and I told on your ass before you did, though. And I wanted that motherfucker to lie.
He had no words. He had no words, bitch. The way you drug him that night, bitch.
I know, right, girl? I was just mad because I was like, he could have, I just felt like he could have at least tried to, like, play that shit off. He was acting like I was lying. He was acting like I didn't see what I saw.
Yeah, he was. And bitch, you know, before you got to him, I was gonna get to him, bitch. But you just stepped right on in, bitch. And you drug his ass, bitch, because you was like, bitch, I know I saw you come out the restroom.
It was the way that his friends didn't do nothing. His roommates did absolutely nothing but like let him get drugged, bitch.
I mean, what was they gonna do? You had me and Anthony like, bitch, what y'all gonna do? Like, what's he? Because, bitch, y'all was there with him. So ain't no telling what y'all, the little nasty answers. So anyway, he was like, no, I wasn't. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. But, bitch, when I tell you, he paid to get my car fixed. He threw about $300 or $400 towards my way. And at that time, bitch, I thought that was some cute money, girl. Oh no, that's not. I'm so sorry. I thought you was done with me. You wouldn't talk to me. You were so angry. Girl, he went into this whole spiel. And then me being young and dumb, bitch, I was like, I mean, it's okay. After he done paid my car insurance, got my car fixed, and gave me about $300-400 extra dollars, bitch. I was like, it's cool. It's cool. You couldn't tell me nothing. Plus, girl, he was sitting there, girl, and y'all, I'm just gonna be transparent. And he was sitting there, girl, with that shirt off and that chest just looking the way it looked, bitch. And then next thing you know, his little thing of that thing, bitch, it stayed on hard. Like I was like, bitch, you need to go take a bath. Go take a bath because, bitch, I don't know whose mouth been on that, bitch, and I'm not putting my mouth on it, girl. But this is one of those teachable moments too, because, bitch, we did what we had to do, and then we went home. We get home, we sneak in the house before mom wake up. And first of all, my mama ain't stupid. So there's that. She waited. She ain't say shit. She knew me and Treese ass left that damn house, girl. So she waited and we woke up the next morning like it ain't nothing. Good morning. And she said, what's wrong with your car? I thought I said not to go nowhere. So y'all just don't believe. She said, y'all just don't believe Fat Me Greasy. So y'all just don't went out. So what happened? What's wrong with the car? Where's your hubcaps? Why is your mirror broke off? Like, what? It looked like you got in an accident. Girl, I was so scared. I didn't want to say nothing. I just sat there looking stupid. I think I blocked that part out because I can't remember much about that. But I think me and Treese just sat there in silence and just took that tongue lashing, bitch. And she was just like, this is ridiculous. I mean, so you couldn't stay in the house for at least one night, and then wherever it was, wherever you had to go, like your car is fucked up. She was so mad. It was just the shit that I would get into. Like, oh, my sister never had an opportunity to get into anything because my ass was always the eldest. I was the problem and the solution. It was just weird. She was so disappointed, and I didn't tell her. I didn't tell her for a while what really happened. And so anyway, I just instead I just took that tongue lashing. And so anyway, so me and Rhoda, we continued to date. And there weren't any more episodes like that. Well, at least that he got caught at the club. There were more episodes, bitch. There was definitely more episodes. And so as we continue to date, so moving on back to the person you were talking about. So Miss Woods.
Miss Wood. I don't understand what the problem was with y'all, really. Like, cause it's like y'all didn't really have any beef. There was never any words exchanged. It was just like always silent shade.
I mean, she just never really saw it for me. And I think it had something to do with Rhoda because she was allegedly seeing the third. What was that third roommate's name? You had Rhoda, you had Soren, and you had. What was his name? Because he damn it couldn't speak. Rhoda could speak English. Soren could speak better English than. Well, Rhoda spoke better English. Soren could speak English, but then I cannot think of the last one's name. He couldn't speak no damn English. You had to write shit down. But he could read English, but he couldn't speak it. So she called herself dating him, which I didn't understand because I'm like, bitch, how y'all dating? It wasn't like we living in 2022 where we got all these apps that does the whole text translation and things like that. We were still on minute plans where 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock, after 9 or after 7, you could get free minutes. Everything else was minutes, so you wasn't talking during the day. And so, they call themselves dating or whatever. And I never really understood that, but that wasn't my business. But she always acted real salty to me. She would come in there, baby, with her half tops and her tight jeans with the holes in her booty hanging out, giving you film, honey, giving you film queen, girl. Not even butch queen, femme fatale, girl. And she would be out there because she had a cute body. I mean, I haven't seen her in several years. I think she still do, but she had a banging body, baby. Her stomach was flat. Them abs was on point, bitch. She was light skinned. She had pretty eyes, bitch. She was giving you life. The boys. She thought she was the girl bringing the boys to the yard, and she was. I can say that she was, because she definitely had trade constantly around. So that's why I didn't understand if she was supposed to be dating old boy. Bitch, what's your problem with me? We never had words. We shared a mutual friend, but she just didn't like me. And I think the reason why she didn't like me is because, bitch, I caught that hoe leaving. Well, I didn't catch her, but when I went over.
Mm. Girl, let me chime in because I don't want you to say too much, girl. Let's just say, y'all, that she was dating the third roommate. However, one time me and Savon went over that bitch. She had left a note to Savon's man talking about how much she loved him and how much she wanted to be in a relationship with him and all of this and all of that. And Savon saw that shit and she was like, "What's going on,
bitch?" And he denied everything. And what I later learned about these motherfuckers, they was fucking in and everything, me included, bitch. And this is why I was like, bitch, I don't like to fuck with hoes who know other people. And I thought I was safe in the beginning because they was new. They was fresh off the boat, bitch. I wasn't gonna run into nobody here. Now I knew I wasn't the first of anything, but my thing was I ain't like knowingly running behind folks. So I know that he was messing with me first. And then, she started doing her thing, probably on one of the little nights I wasn't there because I worked. I worked and went to school. So I wasn't in the club every night. A lot of nights after school would drop in, bitch. But not every night. And so it was a lot of little shit that was going on because I don't think he would work during the day. And as soon as he get off work, bitch, he was at drinking. They was drinking beer and smoking and that nasty ass house, bitch. They needed a housekeeper. It was nasty in that motherfucker. Smoking and singing and dancing and all the camaraderie. Lo and behold, bitch, while their wives and children are back home in the Middle East. So, bitch, he's doing all this fuckery, bitch. He probably dealing with her. I clocked her ass on it that one night at the club.
Bitch, I remember. That's when you found that letter, bitch, that Friday, bitch. You brought that motherfucking letter because I remember we was outside and she was outside talking to Miss Monet Cottrell, darling. She was talking to her and then you was like, you kept dropping little bombs and little subtle hints about this and other girl. It's amazing how hoes want everybody else's man and they can have their own man, bitch, and they that girl, they that daughter. Bitch, you was so goddamn messy that night. You kept fucking with that girl. Me and Anthony was just waiting for that hoe to bounce, and she never did. And she was singing that, what was that Alanis Morissette song? I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a friend, undercover.
And bitch, I took over the lyrics and called her everything else, bitch. And I was like, bitch, why is you leaving little notes? I didn't do that, bitch. This is your goddamn handwriting. It's already a fact that you don't like me. It's already a fact that we silently don't talk to each other, and I don't know why. Now I know why, bitch, because you try to sleep with our man, bitch. I don't even understand why you sneaking, bitch. He is community dick. He's mine, yours, he's ours. Like Mooney Long said, it's ours. This is our dick, girl. You might as well come on in and admit that you a sister wife, bitch. Okay. So what, you want the third roommate and him? So, bitch, I just came to the conclusion that she was sucking and fucking all of them, most likely. That's where I'm at with it. And that was my issue with her. I'm like, you come in here with this judgmental ass attitude, like you don't fuck with nobody, don't nobody fuck with you, you so selective, you all this and you all that. And then you sending love notes to other people's men like you a desperate bitch.
Girl, you okay? You got a little hot there. I mean, like, you got a whole other man there and a whole life. And that was 20 years ago, but you big heated.
Because the bitch, like, it still roused me up because you thought you was that girl. And you know what got me was the fact that because I was a big girl, them hoes always underestimated me. And I always worked off of that underestimation. So while you thinking ain't nobody looking at me because I'm a big girl, bitch, they are. Why you thinking your man don't fuck with the girls and the sissies? Bitch, he do. The motherfucker that want to call us out the first time, honey, when they say, like, oh, you see them dudes, you see them faggots, bitch, he's the first one when he find me anywhere, wanting the number in the DMs. I just be wanting people to know that. And the girls in the community during that time, it was so funny because I wasn't transitioning at the time, but I was very much femme. So I can't even go butch queen. I was very much femme. And the girls who were transitioning knew, bitch, come on over here to the sisterhood, girl, because you coming. You just going through the motions right now, but you coming. And so, bitch, I was just like, these hoes act like I'm so goddamn desperate. Mind you, I'm not going after, I'm not approaching, I'm not making the first move on any of these motherfuckers. Never have that ever been my motherfucking ministry. 300 plus pounds or nah. Okay.
Bitch, you damn sure right. I have to agree, bitch. You ain't never been without, bitch. And you have pulled trade dudes of all nationalities, all shapes and sizes, bitch, and it just it. And I think it was because your fucking confidence. And I really feel like that's what really got people. It's because you was in your own skin and you was very much confident in whatever phase that you was in at that time, whether you was walking around looking like the Black Jesus Supreme or whatever, bitch. You was comfortable in it, bitch. You owned it. If you was out there in them ugly ass orange shorts, bitch, looking crazy as fuck, bitch, you owned it. Okay, couldn't nobody tell you shit. We couldn't even because we tried to tell you that them orange shorts wasn't cute, and bitch, you looked at us like you wanted to fuck us up.
Bitch, you couldn't tell me I wasn't cute. And although I remember and I can appreciate you guys trying, and I can't be mad at y'all, because when I look back on them pictures and I saw me in them orange shorts, I was like, bitch, I don't have no friends. Them hoes could have told me I looked a mess.
Bitch, we did, and I almost had to fight you because we told you the truth.
This is true. You couldn't tell me I wasn't the shit. Even though looking back, bitch, ooh, I was like, girl, you look like you were 5 stages before you got on a dark and lovely box, bitch. Like, yo, pray cease. One of them Dollar General store relaxer boxes, bitch, is what you like you was giving. Oh my God. That's what I thought I was giving, excuse me. So, but I mean, I was just mad about that because I was like, bitch, why is it that the girls underestimate the doll like that, and then what got me with her, and even though I'm over it, like it's nothing. Yeah, I mean, it's still like if we was in the same space, we would speak because we are grown as fuck, and that was back then, and we both making moves. But girl, I still know what you are. I know who you are. And so it was like, bitch, mm, I had to let her have it. I let him have it too, because I won 2 minutes off his ass. Why he said, "Oh no, she wants me." Well, she didn't. He didn't refer to her as she. Let me not do that. That's what I do. He was like, "He wants me," and this, that, and the other, and blah blah this and blah blah. And I was like, "Well, bitch, he can have you. He can have you, girl. I'm good. Like, I feel you and all. You giving me my little hairy porn stash feel. I'm getting my vibe or whatever, girl. But you can do what you need to do. Because at this point, it was too many motherfuckers coming up out talking about some, oh my God, and you being called. And then, bitch, the thing that really made me fed up.
Oh yes, talk about it, bitch. Tell us about the thing that made you mad.
Well, I'm not gonna say mad, but fed up. Bitch, you remember that time we went over there and we was like, where your car at? Because the bitch's car was gone and he was in there looking stupid. Bitch. Girl, you remember that? We went over there.
Yes, I do. Oh,
It was. It was something. We got over there, and I was like, "Where his car at?" Because and bitch, he's sitting there looking stupid, and him and his roommates trying to get their story together. Bitch, I think we had went out of town. I think we went to Atlanta or something, and he was trying to get his story together, bitch. And I was like, "Where your car at? Where your car at? Bitch? Bitch, tell them hoes."
girl. So y'all, we get over there. And this bitch just knew, cause she was just like some shit there. We was in Atlanta, girl, getting our life. I think we was visiting your friend Mark. And we was getting your just getting our life, girl. And you just kept thinking, something ain't right. I just don't feel right, girl. I just don't feel right. Some shit ain't right. And I would admit, bitch, you always, yo, sixth sense, yo, I can't say woman's intuition, but your bitch intuition or whatever it is, bitch. Always kept you one step ahead. You always knew when he was up to some shit, or anybody at that. So you knew he was up to some shit. So we get back in town, we go over there, and we came back early. That's what it was. We came back early. And we get over there, girl, he over there looking stupid. He looking stupid, stupid. And his roommates ain't saying shit. And you like, where your car? Where your car at? Girl.
Girl, he looked at his roommates and they left, bitch, because they knew they didn't want to be part of this lie. And bitch, they knew how my attitude was, girl. They did not want to be a part of this lie. So they left the room and he was like, "Oh, fucking Soren. He bring two prostitutes to the house. And oh my God, these bitches, they stole my car." I was like, he brought prostitutes over to the house and they stole your car. So in this house, you the only motherfucker got a car. And mind you, his car wasn't the cutest. Soren had a car too, but they stole your car. Girl, get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit. Girl, girl, I was like, bitch, no, you had some prostitutes over here, bitch, cause you nasty. And them hoes stole your goddamn car, bitch. And now you sitting here looking stupid. And he was like, "Oh my God, I need you to take me to work. Can you take me to work?" I was like, "Bitch, it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you." Now, mind you, y'all, he was already paying car note. He was already paying insurance and whatever else I needed. But I wasn't broke. I had my own job, but I was also young. This is one of the moments where I should have just left that shit alone. But no, I ain't fuck with him. But I still took him to work. I made sure he got back and forth to work because y'all know how I am. I help a dog. I help a stray dog. It don't even matter. So I made sure he got back and forth to work. I made sure I had my coins. Now he never drove my car, bitch, because I'm not a bitch to drive hoes cars. You have to change your schedule at work if you need me to drive you because I'm not taking off for work and I'm not going in late. So luckily he worked nights. So when I got out of school, I would go tape him, drop him off. And then when he get off, I would pick him up because he would get off at like the wee hours of the night. So I would get up and pick him up. Mama was like, "Bitch, I don't know what you call yourself doing," but she left it alone. And then the police called. They found the girls, and the car was in like Ohio. So, whoever these girls were, he hired them, found them on the street. I don't know. I didn't ask for details or specifics because I didn't give a fuck. So, he called and he was like, "So, they found my car." And they had told him that they arrested the girls and he filed charges against them or whatever. And these girls wasn't even cute. Girl, they were not cute. They were some old basic ass I just looked like they was out on crack, bitch. They was just horrible. Okay. And that's what he liked. I mean, he was getting and that made me kind of think like, bitch, like if this is your selection and choice and people, like what does that say about me? And that's why I say if them hoes were fuck at he not them as in all, but them as in these three would fuck anything. Anybody who gave them attention, baby, they were doing what they needed to do with them. So anyway, he finally get the call that his car is back, and so we had to go downtown to the impound lot and go get it. So I took him to get it because I was like, thank God, because I am not finna drive you around anywhere else, bitch. So he got his car back. And then later on that night, I had to go back home, and then me and Treese, because me and Treese was roommates then, so we left and we went back over there or whatever, bitch, that night. Because I want to see what the car looked like, how if they fucked it up or whatever, and they hadn't. But what I can say is, mysteriously, the very next day, bitch, he called me and he said that somebody had torched his car, bitch. He said the car. Well, he didn't say torch. He said his car caught fire and it was gone.
Bitch, it was the torched. It was the somebody torched his car. Bitch. It's mighty convenient that he just got it back and it just all of a sudden, bitch, it was torched and it's burned.
I mean, it was funny. Why? Like he just got it back and then boom. Oh my God, somebody burnt it up. Like, oh my God. I think those girls came back and did it.
Those girls came back and did it. All right, girl. Yeah. So I mean, so after that happened, were you done with him?
Pretty much. Pretty much I was done. His car was torched, so he asked if I would take him to find him another vehicle, and I drove him around, drove him back and forth to work for a little bit, and then I drove him to get him a little car, and he finally got him another car or whatever. Still not driving mine because I was never.
I can actually say that, girl. You was never one of them girls to let nobody drive your car ever. Ain't nobody keeping your car. You might drop that hoe off, and you might pick that hoe up, and this motherfucker was playing car note and insurance, and you still was like,
Hell no, bitch! You picking up prostitutes? You girl, a fool. I was already a big enough fool fucking with him, and the bitch. Because after the prostitute situation, that's when I figured out that he had given me a gift, girl. I'm calling it the parting gift, girl. And I had to go to the doctor, girl. And I was like, oh my God, thank God it was something that a shot could take care of, bitch. But still, like young and just naive. And I'm going to say dumb. I will own that, young and dumb. And that's where he got the name Fleabit.
oh my God, girl, I remember when you called your mama and told her. Because, bitch, the nurse was like the same, like was your mama's friend when you was born. So you had to see her, and she was a nurse, and she was like, "Oh, and this is what's going on," and you was like, "Oh my God!" So you wanted to tell your mama before she could, cause bitch.
Yeah, I don't think there was any HIPAA laws around then, bitch. And she was best friends with my mama, so she was gonna tell on that ass. So I told mama, so mama called him Fleabit from then on. She was like, I don't know why you messing around with Fleabit. So I eventually stopped messing around with him and went on by my merry way. And you know what's so funny? So years later, let's fast forward like damn near 10 years later. He's still living here. I moved and I ran into him where I moved to. And bitch, I think he was married. Like his wife was here. His wife, his old. So by this time, all of their families came to the state. So everybody finally got their papers. So their wives and children came to the state. Sorum ended up passing away from cancer, I believe. And the other one, I don't I don't I know he was still around and he had his family here too. And Rhoda wife was here. He had a daughter. And bitch, he was still trying to get back with me. He was like, "Oh my God, I miss you so much." And I was like, bye. Oh girl, no. Like, roll on. And so when we had seen me out, he was talking, and I had to ask. I said, "So have you seen Miss Woods?" And he was talking about yes, because Miss Woods had helped him and his wife. I guess he worked at a clinic or something. I don't know, in the healthcare industry. And so he was an ally and a person that helped him and his wife with their healthcare, and probably he was probably helping Barry Woods with some things. So bitch, ooh, I probably shouldn't say that name. Ooh, that's shady. Ooh.
Yeah, that's real shady. You say his name. Mm. Maybe you should cut that out or bleep over that. to protect the innocent because you didn't give us Laura Ingalls' name. So why is you giving that boy's name out here? Like, why is you doing that?
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go through the I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go back and cover this up. I'll probably post this one in our members area. So you guys listen. If you are enjoying the Savon Experience podcast, make sure you follow me on TikTok at Savon Osborne and YouTube, the Savon Experience. And if you become a member of my YouTube page, you'll get the uncut, unedited version. Well, you'll get names. Mm-hmm. In that I don't protect the innocent. This is where I talk candidly to the Jivas and Divas of the Savon experience. So, oh, girl, I think that's it. Like, we like 10 minutes over, girl. I mean, anything you need to ask?
No, girl, I just look back from where God has brought us. He has brought us from a mighty long way, Lord Jesus. The shit that we got into. The fact that He brought us back from being sponsors, being the committee, those who embraced our foreign friends literally and figuratively. And we're still standing, you know. So do you think you'll date anyone foreign again?
Well, I'm currently in a relationship right now, so I can't say never. Can't say never because you like what you like. I still like foreign vehicles and cars. But I like American cars too. And so I buy American and foreign. But I'm good on that. I'm good on him. I mean, I don't know where he's at. I've not seen him forever, and Lord knows, Jesus, please. I hope he's doing well. Because the last time I saw him, I think his wife had passed away, and I don't know what she passed away from. Ain't no telling with him. There is no telling. And I think his daughter was staying with friends because he was still being a fuck boy, just grown as hell, just fuck boy. I don't understand that. So I hope she's well. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm done with that. I know that. But those lessons, as well as the next lessons, the things that as you guys continue to tune in to the closer look with the Savon experience, Shaquansha and I'll tell you more about things in my life that I feel like I want to talk about that help aid me in my day's journey today. Anything else, Shaquansha?
Now, girl, y'all make sure y'all share this shit. Comment, honey. Make sure y'all friends know we out here, and we're gonna keep on talking. If y'all want us to go further into something, you can email us at the SavonExperience@gmail.com. All right, girl. I'm gonna hand it over to you, girl, because I really need something to drink, because now I'm thirsty.
All right, Shaquansha, thank you. So, you guys, thank you for listening to the Savon Experience podcast. We are on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, Breaker, Pandora, and Spotify. We're trying to get on Castbox as well, so stay tuned. I just want to make sure we are everywhere you want to be, like Visa. Visa, like it's a pizza. Visa. Bye, y'all.